We have details of these and other stories coming your way in the next 20 minutes. If you stay with us, we are live on DSTV, channel 279, also streaming across the world on Facebook at TV3 Ghana. Do join us with your thoughts and comments. My name is Godwin Asidwa. Welcome to the program. Hundreds of residents of Garu and Timpani are yet to return home nearly 24 hours after joint military national security swoop on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Upper East Regional Minister Stephen Yakubu has been visiting the two communities and urging residents to remain calm while the government takes steps to deal with the situation.
Freedom! Peace! Freedom for Garu!
The regional minister's arrival at Garu was met with a protest where some residents expressed concern over the military's brutality and demanded independent investigations into the matter.
There was actually no reason for that high level of molestation of our youth. And we believe strongly over 100 have been hospitalized for 2 clear days, and some of them are still at the hospital. That is highly unwarranted at this area that we find ourselves as a nation.
Even with all the instruments, the equipment, everything you have, you cannot investigate to see who actually did this. And you have to beat everybody in Garu. We think it's a disappointment. And they must buy their hands in shame.
Others condemned social and media commentators who sought to bastardize the residents, calling them terrorists.
We, the youth of Garu, want to tell TV3 and its panelists that we are not militia group. We are not militant. We only saw a suspicious vehicle. And true to our suspicion, when the vehicle got to the police station, they saw ammunition inside the vehicle. The best they can do is to support us, to help them fight, to fight terrorism, help them with the insecurity situation.
The National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate for Garu, Dr. Thomas Anabari, requested government and the security apparatus to enhance their investigation mechanisms to minimize unwarranted harm to citizens.
The best they can do in Garu is to come and collect all Garu people, put them in a place, censor them one by one, release those who are not suspects, and take their suspects. Good. Take them to a competent court with a competent judge to rule whether they are guilty or not guilty. Good. Other than that, what they did here was barbaric, undemocratic, inhuman. It is only done by vigilantes like the military who came here.
The Upper East Regional Minister Stephen Yakubu sympathized with residents of the two districts and called for calm.
Well, we've listened to all what they are saying, their claims, beatings and all that. We've heard all that. Some are even complaining that their phones were taken away. Some are even complaining that their monies were taken away. These are reports that we are going to put together and to also let Accra know what we have come to hear and what we have come to also tell us. So it is good that we are here to see everything firsthand.
The youth called on the government to release those picked up by the military.
The Office of the Special Prosecutor says former Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Charles Edubuahin, did not engage in corruption in respect of documentary titled Galamsey Economy, published by Tiger IPI. According to the OSP, although Edubuahin's conduct amounted to trading in influence or influence peddling, there was no actual criminal prohibition of his acts, in respect of which the OSP has a mandate to further act.
President Akufo-Addo relieved Charles Edubuahin of his position as Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance in November 2022. This was on the back of allegations against him of suspected corruption and corruption-related offences as captured in a documentary titled Galamsey Economy, published by Tiger IPI. After 6 months of investigations, the OSP issued its report on Monday, October 30. The OSP noted that its report has been heavily redacted to safeguard national security and protects the privacy of persons investigated and interviewed. Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin directed the closure of the investigation in respect of allegations of corruption and corruption-related offences involving Charles Edubuahin. The report, however, added that the investigation may be reopened should the circumstances and further facts so dictate. The OSP called for the passage of a Corrupt Practices Act to comprehensively codify the prohibition of all forms of corruption. The OSP also backed calls for the passage of the Conduct of Public Officers Act to properly regulate the conduct of public officers.
Meanwhile, co-chair for Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senanu, says the president must assent to the Conduct of Public Officers Bill, which could address issues such as the influence peddling and other nuanced offences.
In relation to the Conduct of Public Officers Bill, yes, the draft has been ready. I know it's been put before Cabinet, and we've been trying to encourage Cabinet, I think from the middle of the year, from when the Cecilia Dapa's case broke, that moved this process forward, because we are aware that a lot of effort has been put into it already. Let Parliament begin to think through it and pass it. Beyond that, the OSP also points out that we need a Corrupt Practices Act. That probably captures other things beyond the public officer, because then sometimes there will be issues of private sector and other individuals who are engaged in actions that are detrimental. So these are two pieces of legislation that are key. One is already in the works. A second will make a lot of difference to the various anti-graft agencies that may need to take them up and use them in order to prosecute such cases.
The Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokono, has urged politicians and Ghanaians to prioritize the rule of law in their public discourse, stating that failure to do so could potentially disrupt the country's peace. She made the observation at the sword-cutting ceremony of the new School of Law for the University of Ghana.
Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono expressed concern over airwave discussions that could potentially disrupt the country's peace.
Discourse in all sectors of our political and social economy should stand on the solid appreciation of the shape of our constitution, from which all our laws are shaped. We all should have no doubt that it is critical thinking and deep intellectual appraisal of the rule of law that we need as a country if we are to succeed in the grasp for economic and social growth as designed in the 1992 Constitution.
President of the Ghana Bar Association, Yawe Champon Boafo, challenged law faculties not to compromise on standards,
especially in areas of inadequate lecture rooms and library facilities which can affect quality and standards. I hold a strong view that in a decent and modern world-class laws, buildings and facilities, as will be viewed soon, are a sine qua non, providing positive educational climate for the teaching, study, and training in law.
The Deputy Minister of Justice and Attorney General Alfred Tuayeboa emphasized the importance of a robust legal environment for the country. The project will include a library and other facilities to accommodate 1,500 students.
Away from the capital Accra, police in South Africa are on a manhunt for armed men who stormed a Ghanaian church during service, stealing valuables and kidnapping a deacon. This took place at the Ghanaian Church of Pentecost Johannesburg branch during service, with members robbed of their valuables and a deacon kidnapped. A statement issued by the Ghana's Mission for South Africa indicates the police is looking into the matter with the hope of rescuing the victim. Really unfortunate development there. Back here in the capital, flag-bearer aspirant of the new Patriotic Party, Dr. Wusufri Akutu, says if he is giving the nod to lead the party as flag-bearer, he will champion a vision to better the living conditions of the party members. According to the former Greek minister, many grassroots members of the party are not happy and need to be given the needed assistance if they are to campaign for the support of the NPP. He was speaking about his vision for the party to host of TV3's Hot Issues Kamini Amano.
I see the morale in the party very low amongst the activists. And I saw this before the election of 2020, and I thought that would cost us votes. And it did cost us votes, where we, from 169 constituencies in Parliament, we came to 137. Now we are at par with the NDC for the first time in the Fourth Republic. So my skepticism was confirmed by the results of the election, not only the constituencies, but also the presidential results. And I'm saying it's a result of what is happening within the party, especially the grassroots, who I very much sense that there's disappointment disenchantment. You go all over the country, and that is what you hear, at least what I hear. Okay, so the vision and ultimately the result is because people's expectation, having worked so hard for this party, that their personal circumstances will change. And they've seen that it hasn't changed, and this is why they are complaining. Right. And that affects the morale. So if you want to break the 8, at least we should be honest and open to talk about that and what we are going to do differently. Right. To give them the courage and the inducement to campaign for us come next year.
Let's turn our attention to the Volta region now. 7 people have been arrested by the police in Nkwanta in the Volta region. The arrest is in connection with violent disturbances that led to the death of 1 person. The police say its preliminary investigation revealed that the suspects, in the company of others, clashed with an opposing faction during a traditional festival at Nkwanta. The suspects are currently in custody, assisting with investigations, while efforts are underway to get other suspects arrested. 5 other people also sustained gunshot wounds, and a number of houses were set ablaze. The body of the deceased has been deposited at the Nkwanta Government Hospital. Calm has since been restored, and security, law and order have been strengthened and in and around the Nkwanta regional area. Now, let's turn our attention to the GJA Awards, which was held over the weekend, and I won the TV Documentary Reporter of the Year. And Ghana Tonight, which is the current affairs program here at TV3, hosted by Alfred Okanse, also won the Television Program of the Year. Have a look. Hey, Bella.
Best documentary, and the award goes to Godwin Asidiba.
Godwin Asidiba, a multiple award-winning broadcast journalist at Media General, won Documentary TV Reporter of the Year at the 27th Ghana Journalist Awards. His comprehensive report, with an interest in reporting on social and developmental issues, earned him the Best Environment and Science Reporter. The Best Environment and Science Reporter honor at the 26th GJA Awards. Notably, he was recognized by the United Nations Research Institute for Social Development for his impactful storytelling on inequalities and innovative solutions. His reports transformed lives through stories leading to hospital renovations and aiding the vulnerable. Covering Ghana's prominent stories, he explored elections, politics, health, and society, delving into drug abuse, education, mining, teenage pregnancy, and more.
It really means a lot to me, Samani. I believe this is a motivation to make me work harder. The Golden Enemy was a documentary that highlighted the plight of young people somewhere in the eastern region who would have to go to mine to be able to get some money before they can go to their classrooms. We also had teenage girls who were being impregnated by minors who migrate from different communities to the eastern region. So I felt that was really worrying, and it was an issue that should be brought to light.
Media General's Ghana Tonight program also won Best TV Program of the Year.
It's been a short period of a lot of good things and a lot of successes that inspires us to really go forward. And so this is just to say thank you to the group CEO and the management, and especially the newsroom staff as well. They complement our work as the Ghana Tonight team.
Media General's commitment to excellence is a driving force. Eric Mensah also won the Columnist Reporter of the Year.
Yeah, so I have been campaigning for good writing skills by journalists and communicators. For me, this award gives vim to that campaign that I'm doing. So it will urge me on to keep producing books, writing books, as well as writing more of the issues that give me the award.
The Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has set a new record as the most successful school in the National Science and Maths Quiz competition. They won the competition for the 8th time and successfully defended the National Science and Maths Quiz trophy. Presec beat competition from the Achimota School and Opokuwari School with 40 points. Christine Yali reports.
It is Presec gone again. The Blue Magicians believed their great God and triumphed over the Achimota School and Opokuwari School. They were nearly upset by the Motown Boys, who produced a spirited performance in the 4th round. But with their poise, they secured a win in the final round.
Happy are they, and if you can, join them to celebrate. They are the unbeaten and the most successful school in the National Science and Maths Quiz competition. For 8, indeed, God is great.
It wasn't easy. Achimota gave us a very good competition. But by God's grace, we were able to sail through and then we did very well. Well, I want to congratulate all the boys, all the quiz boys, the teachers, guiding the boys, helping the boys, and all the old boys that came to support. We congratulate them.
Charlie, let me come forward. Charlie, many are Giabroso. Our God is great. Achimota School came in more or less like the underdogs. Many had tipped Presec Legon and Opokuwari to dominate the quiz largely. At the end of it all, they came second to Presec.
Okay, this is just the beginning for Achimota School, and very soon next year, Presec should wait. We will show them what Achimota School can do.
Happy though we were second, but I'm very happy. This is a good start. Next year we are coming back bigger and bigger.
So they have earned a total package of 70,000 Ghana cedis. Presec Legon once again has won the trophy back-to-back in a row. Christian Yale, TV3 News, National Theatre.